Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles channel, and thank you so much for tuning in for this month's guidance for October. And as you know, I'm going to be going over different things, like the different key points for the month, the different messages that have come through for each one of us, and also a message from the angel of the month. And thank you so much for your patience with me as I've been traveling back again from Australia to the UK, and I've done quite a lot of traveling over the last 6 weeks. So I found that I was actually quite tired by the time I got back here. So I've been resting and now getting myself geared up again for another month at Divine Miracles. So thank you all for being so patient with me, and please remember to check out my Facebook page if you want to know what's going on with me. Most of the time I'll post things there for each one of us. So I've got a whole lot of stuff that I want to go over for this month. And you know, a lot of different key points and things that have come up, and already it's been a big change from the month of September. You know, in September we had everything happening quite quickly, and plans were being made and we were moving forward. We were feeling different within ourselves. For October we're doing it again. We're moving into another phase, and because the month of October actually is Octo, so Octo being 8 again, and it is an 8-year, we're finding this energy of the 8 very, very complete. So in other words, whenever we want to start something, it's finishing straight away. Whenever we get an idea about something, it starts happening for us really, really quickly. Whenever we think on something, then we might hear from that person or see them, and it all starts to happen really, really quickly. So even though we're in the 10th month, we've got the energy of the 8 with us as well. And you know, like we had in September, it was the 9th month, but we had the energy of the 7. So it's just all over the place. But anyway, Archangel, well, it's actually not an archangel, it's an angel from the choir of virtues, if you're into angelic hierarchy, which a lot of people are. I don't really think they need to have any sort of labels. I think people put them in labels, but anyway, just so we know who we're talking about, Archangel or Angel Bariel is working with us for the month, and he is known as the wisdom of God. So he actually has a lot of knowledge to bring each one of us, you know, information for each one of us, past life things that will be coming up, us learning more about ourselves and who we really want in our life, and who we want to be in the future, and what we want for ourselves in the future, and this deep wisdom of learning that we are never disconnected from source. It is only our thoughts that are disconnected from source, not us in our physical form, which is what we're living right now. It's obviously difficult for us to stay at that higher vibration, but we need to learn that we've always got our eternal self, our higher self, always working with us, and it's like the hand of God, you know, working in our life, because you know, our higher self is closer to source, always in source energy, and we just need to remember that we can access that at any time and bring that into our life to bring in healing and change and the things that we are looking for our future. So here we go, the 8th year. Okay, oh, the color is burgundy, so burgundy will be a healing color this month. Also the color of Bariel, known as the wise one. And here are some keywords before I go over some of the cards that I've already selected. Well, they chose themselves for you guys, but the keywords were insight, past lives, creativity, healing the past, family, letting go and moving on, and changes. So it's all about, once you've got this idea, you need to stick to it, let all the crap go that you've always been dealing with, and you know, learn how to shut doors. And we've been doing this again. We've been doing it and doing it. We've been healing, we've been changing, we've been growing, we've been shifting, we've been moving, we've been doing all kinds of things, and we're trying to keep up with the flow. And there's, you know, it can be difficult if we let it be difficult for us. It can be difficult to seem like we're making our way forward, you know. And this energy this month is all about, see those areas of your life where you are continuing the same patterns, where you are letting in the same kind of feelings into your life, where you're letting in the same people into your life that have been pulling you away from what you really want to do. And I know, like, even for myself, there are so many changes in the people that I'm with. There's you know, only people with higher vibrations sort of tend to stay around me, because, you know, I can't take myself back into those lower levels. And when I mean lower levels, I don't mean people that are less than anyone else or worse than anyone else, just that the way that they're thinking is not uplifting, and the way that they do things is not how, you know, I sort of roll, and how other people that I am around roll. You know, we're always trying to grow and expand and change, and some people just like to stay in the same cycles of things. And it's not being judgmental, it's just being honest with yourself about where you want to be. If you constantly want to be helping people and lifting people and you know, raising people, and then they just keep going back to the same thing, you know, you can't blame them for that. You can only blame yourself for that, because you're going back into that cycle. So this month is just about looking at those cycles. You know, where do you want to be? Does it really matter how many friends you have if they're not helping you grow? You know, and if you can't work together on your spiritual things. Like, I've got friends that, you know, we can't even talk about spiritual stuff together, because they're just not, you know, that way inclined. It doesn't make them a bad person, and it's, you know, whatever, but it is what it is. But it's harder for me, because I just feel like there's nothing to talk about. You know, I don't want to talk about other people. I just like to talk about, you know, things that are you know, how I can change, or how I can grow, or an exciting new thing, or drawing, or whatever it is that I'm doing, or healing, or whatever. And I like to talk about that. And you know, it is difficult at times. So you may be finding that, you know, you can't talk to your family about different things. You can't talk to your friends about different things. You can't talk to your loved ones about different things, and it makes you upset, because, you know, you're heading in a path that brings you so much joy, and you want to share that, and you want them to be on that same wavelength with you, but they just want to condemn, or they just want to continue on the same old things and try to drag you back into that. Or perhaps they're like my family, and they're like really religious, and they're fearful of what's going to happen to your soul when you pass away, and, you know, something terrible might happen to you because, you know, you don't believe in God the way that they believe in God, all that kind of thing. So you need to make decisions this month about who it is or where it is that you really want to be going, and who's helping you on that path, and who's supporting you with their love and kindness, or who's holding you back with guilt, you know, those negative types of feelings, guilt, resentment, jealousy, all of those kinds of things, holding you back into that cycle. And this is where the insight and things will come from. This is where the connection to the divine will really help you. This wisdom of burial will really help you to sift through those things, and, you know, bring yourself more into alignment with where you're really going, not everybody else or what they want from you, but where you're really going. And this is what we're doing. This is really important for us. This is how we start to feel really good and free within ourselves, is when we're making those decisions that give us that, you know, that allow us to have that acceptance in our life. Okay, so we've got the past life stuff, the creativity, family, letting go, moving on, changes. And these are all the things that are abundant in the month of October. These are all the things that we're working on some level or another. Your past life issues are just things that, you know, tend to come up emotionally in your life. Maybe some physical issues that are going on that have just come out of nowhere. And you just need to look at... when that sort of thing is happening, you just need to take charge of that and say, you know, if this is happening because of a past life, I'm now asking for that karma to be released from me right now. And I accept myself, and I accept my body, and I'm grateful for the healing that's going on right this second, and I will not accept this in my body at all. You know, there are things that have happened to myself in my own body which I will not accept to come back into my body again, and it just never has, because I just will not accept that. I'm not even going to say what it is, because that might bring me back into that energy vibration. But, you know, the worst things of the worst things that have happened to me. And you know, this is another reason why I can also resonate with so many of you, because you know, life has never been easy for myself, and I'm grateful for that now. I'm seeing those things as big blessings in my life, because it makes me who I am today. At the time, it was really annoying, and it was really hard, and it was really dreadful, but I'm so grateful for those things that have happened now. So anyway, you're just gonna learn how to start pinpointing the things in your life that are in need of healing, and that you can say what emotion is causing that. And if it's not from an emotion, or it's not from something that's happening to me in this lifetime, I can now release it from past lives. And burial can help you do that. You know, recalibrate the cellular structure within your body. You know, really heal your grid, and heal all the dimensions and the different parts of you, and really get all the pieces that have shattered of your soul back together, so you don't feel so scattered, and you can feel more complete within yourself. Okay, so the gemstones that you might want to do or use to connect with burial are aquamarine, malachite, amber, ruby, or clear quartz, anything in the clear quartz family. And you could even just go outside, if you don't have any crystals whatsoever, go outside and find yourself a special stone or a rock and say, look, I'm dedicating this to my work with burial. And I might have, you know, you might pick a stone for that, and you might pick a stone for past life work, or you know, as protection, or whatever it is that you want to do. It doesn't matter. Everything's got energy, and it's your intent, whatever intention you're putting into it, which makes it work, which makes it possible. It's just believing in that. The oils that you can use are rose oil, ylang ylang, or peppermint, and these are just things that I've felt would be helpful when you're working with burial. I mean, you can make up your own concoction, and you know, anoint your candles with them, or you know, have a bath with them, those, you know, waters, while you're trying to talk with those oils, while you're talking to burial. You know, and connecting with the angels, because they're ready. You know, they come so close to us whenever we ask, and they're just like ready for you to go into that transition or into that change that you're looking for, and they're ready to help you do that. But you must just have that acceptance and expectation as well, that everything's going to be okay. You know, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be a hard process whatsoever in your life. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to go through the different elements, so the fire signs, the water signs, air and earth signs. And what happened was, I was using these angel blessings cards, which are actually the greatest cards that you can imagine. These cards, oh, when I first got them, I found them at an op shop, and I wasn't even sure if I had all the pieces there, but I found them for like $2 or something, and I put them aside, and I didn't really look at them very much, because of the pictures looked to me like it was really biblical, and anything to do with the Bible, and I'm just, no, you know, I don't really want to be reminded of my life like that. But anyway, so I put them aside for quite a while. And then when I was writing things for Divine Miracles, I thought, oh, I wonder what, you know, those cards were like. I wonder what, you know, and oh my God, it just opened up. So obviously I wasn't ready to look at them at that time. But then I was totally ready for the messages that were coming through. And it was like I was reading and absorbing, and I was just getting all this information, and I was feeling like, oh my God, I know all about the angels. Like, I knew about the angels, but I know them on a really deep level now, and I know what they're actually trying to teach us, and this is what I can help other people with. So that's sort of the story behind these cards. So I thought I needed to get them out for this month of October, and I will try to explain to you in as best way that I can what messages came across for each one of us. And so we'll start with the fire signs, which Archangel Michael is the overseeing angel of the fire signs, which is Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. And I would have to pick the time when they're making the most noise outside, but we're just going to ignore it. And you're working with this month, let me see if I can find it, this angel called Nathaniel, and I'll show you the picture. Okay, this angel Nathaniel. Alright, So this angel Nathaniel is talking about fire, and it's a transformational energy. And I've just written a couple of notes here, and it says here, this is a little quote that's in the book, commitment to the light activates the angels to hover over you with the fire of soul love. And when you decide that you want to transform, the angels prepare the way with unconditional love. So this is a time of transitional energy. This is a time of transition on every single level. And this particular angel, Nathaniel, he's waiting. He's very, very close by. And, you know, when you're ready for that change and you're ready to move forward and you're ready for everything to begin in your life, he's going to stand over you, and he's going to use this transformational fire, which is not a real fire, of course, but it's like, you know, create this energy around you and clear all your aura, and you can toss all of your inner feelings that are, you know, negative or whatever it is, all your doubts and all your fears and all your worries. You can imagine them going into this fire and just being turned into positive energy. Like everything that's inside you that's negative, you can just ask this Nathaniel to put it in this transformational fire and create more and more positive energy around you, which sets you in motion for the next step in your life. You know, it sets everything up, it sets everything into the you know, the highest vibration for you to be able to move forward. So this angel Nathaniel is obviously there for any single one of you, you know, not just the fire signs. But it's funny how the fire energy came out as well, saying, right, enough is enough, let's do this. Just surrender to this you know, this energy that's around you. Surrender to this life that you're living. And oh, I'm trying to talk over the top of this. Surrender to the noise around you. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, so it's really put me off, you know. Anyway, the angel Nathaniel, you wouldn't have even heard of this angel before. You know, you can just call on any particular name. You don't have to use the names that are given here. You don't have to even use Archangel Michael or anything like that. You just say, the angel that is in charge of, you know, helping me to transition in my life, I'm calling you right now. And of course they will bring with them the power of many thousands of angels as well to help you move forward. This is a very, very powerful time, not just only in the fire signs' lives, but in everybody's lives, and we need to make the most of it and just keep on you know, moving forward, and with all the support that we can get as well. So there we go. Transitions on all levels for the fire signs. The water signs, Archangel Gabriel is your overseeing angel, and Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces are governed by the water signs. And Amethyl, and so you got this angel Amethyl talking about truth. Okay, and this is the truth on all levels. So here is this Amethyl angel. Now you can see what I mean about it being sort of biblical looking, sort of old-fashioned painting sort of things, and I didn't like it when I first saw them, but I love them now. Okay, so this is the message here, is the eternal self is your individualized part of God's personal presence. The eternal self is another name for the higher self, and it's your individual part of God or source here on earth. You're being asked to look at the truth of things on all levels. The truth about how you're feeling, the truth about your relationships, the truth about your work, the truth about your spirituality, the truth about your childhood, the truth about everything. We're looking at the truth on all levels, and this particular angel here will help release you from the blockages that are inside of you because of denying your truths, and, you know, seeing that everything is also there in your life to teach you something. And, you know, when you understand what that is, it might not be for a few years later, but when you understand what that is, you don't then need to repeat anything. You don't need to keep going into these cycles and going backwards and backwards and backwards. So Amethyl working with you on the inner truth. It is really, really time to stop all of the dishonesty within yourself. Like, you know, we all do it. We all hold our own secrets. We don't tell everybody everything. We don't let everything out, not even to ourselves. and it's really time that you let those truths out. You don't have to tell everybody your whole drama issues or your real problems with people that you've got or whatever it is. You don't have to do that. You just have to be honest with yourself, and then you can work with this angel Amethyl to set you free and move you to the next level. These messages, I believe, are for all of us. So you know, and some of them really I was just like, whoa, when I was reading it. It's like these are really deep messages for this month. So we've also got the air signs, and we're working with Archangel Raphael for the air signs. He's your overseeing angel. Sorry, my book is here. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and you're working with the blessings of Amarashaya. See this angel here? We're working with, I'm trying to keep it straight for you, I'm so sorry. Amarashaya, working with the blessings. And it's saying here to create your own opportunities, to give praises, to celebrate, and to include the angels in your life. And it's really important that you start to focus on counting your blessings, you know, looking around you at all the things that you already have in order to create more of this energy. When we continue to see the things that we don't like in our life, we can't really see them as blessings. But as I was explaining before, if everything hadn't happened to me the way that it's happened to me, and I'm talking from a very little girl, you know, right up until much older, you know, there's been so many things that have happened, and at the time I wasn't thinking, well, this is a real blessing, you know, this is really enjoyable to me. Of course not. You know, when we're going through a real drama, it's the worst thing in the world that can have happened to us, you know. But then when we look back at it later, we can say, you know, if that didn't happen in just that way, then I wouldn't be here, you know. If everything hadn't happened in that love relationship that I was so desperate to work out, you know, I wouldn't be here in the greatest love of all. So it's just really a time where we need to just continue to lift that vibration into the joy and say, you know, I am grateful for every single thing that I have, everything that I have. You know, and of course we always want more things. You know, it's nice to get things, it's nice to have things, but if we first can't be grateful for what we've already got, then, you know, we're just going to sit there in this stagnant energy of wanting, you know, of needing, and that's kind of negative as well. So let's just expect, let's give gratitude, let's give, you know, have joy in our hearts, look around and go, oh, wow, you know, I'm really grateful. I've got a roof over my head. I don't have to live on the street. You know, I've got things, I might be small, but I've got everything, and I'm grateful for that, you know. Just whatever it is for you that perhaps you've been neglecting in your life, whether it's even your family or a car or whatever it is, and see how this changes the energy in the home and in your life and in your life situations. So look at the blessings, and there's more coming from Amarashaya, this angel of blessings. All right, so here we go, and the last one is the earth signs, and Archangel Uriel is your overseeing angel. And Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, working with are the star signs. I can't get things out today. The star signs of the earth are Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Now, my Archangel Michael is here in this card, bringing protection. Okay, and it was funny because we always need protection. We always need the help of Archangel Michael. We always need to be working with the angels of protection and protecting ourselves, and we forget to do it, and that's when we start to feel really low and, you know, downhearted and all things like that, all those lower energies that we don't really want anyway. But it's saying here, if the importance of your spiritual path is constantly expanding, you're working with the energy of Archangel Michael. Isn't that awesome? If the importance of your spiritual path is constantly expanding, you're working with the energy of Michael. And he is a creative angel. He is creating a lot of expansion and a lot of energy within you. And, you know, the more that you want to learn, the more that you want to grow, the more that you want your abilities to open, and the more he gets excited, because he's like, okay, awesome, this is this person really wants to become more of their eternal self here on earth and bring peace and light to everyone and everything. They need to work on a few things, like Archangel Michael might point out to you the parts of yourself that you still doubt, you know, the spiritual realms, and you still doubt abilities and things. You still have fears and blocks. Now he helps pinpoint those things in your life. Like, I know that there's some people that want to see, like become a medium or become a clairvoyant or whatever it is that you want to call it, and they really want to see, yet they're absolutely terrified of seeing, you know, absolutely terrified of seeing. So, you know, it's blocking, it's cancelling each other out. Work with Archangel Michael on giving you that strength and abundance and protection around you, so that all your fears are washed away. All of this information here, all of these angels are talking about a transformation that needs to happen within you, whether it's your blessings, whether it's finding your truth, whether it's working on your releasing and starting the transformational fire, or whether it's protection. It's all working on a shift in you. You know, every single one of these angels are trying to help you to shift and to grow, and, you know, get rid of stuff once and for all, so that we can keep on moving to the next levels in our awareness, you know, and our abilities. And when we are using our healing, we are creating more with our abilities as well, you know, working with people, being, you know, always, what I like to do is I set up a like I've just said, you know, every time I'm with someone, every time I walk somewhere, every time I do anything, I send out healing energy. Well, I'm asking the angels to do that, of course, you know, but I'm focusing my intention on, you know, healing energy. And, you know, I don't know how many times people come up and say, you know, every time you're around, I just feel so much better, or, you know, the kids they're happy, or, you know, things have changed in my life. And I've forgotten that I've put that there, you know, I've put it out there, and, you know, it really, really does work. You know, create an intention in your life that is everlasting. It doesn't have to die, you know, you have to say it every single day. Like with protection, okay, I'm asking Archangel Michael to always remind me, you know, and bring protection and remind me of the areas in my life where I need to ask for things, you know, and make that constant, make that always there, you know. Ask for, you know, to remember to give thanks for things, you know, and, you know, put a blessing on everything that you drink and everything that you eat, and say, okay, everything I do is going to have blessings involved in it for everybody who is around me, or, you know, it is part of my life in some way, and even worldwide, it doesn't really matter. But these are things that we just need to remember, like go back to the simple steps of spirituality, and just bit by bit open ourselves out again. And I have to say, Jessie is absolutely massive. There is no way that I'm going to get Jessie on my lap. Jessie, come on, come here, come on. So if I can get her over here, I'll show you how massive she is. But she's having a sleep at the moment. I couldn't believe it when I saw her when I got home. After 6 weeks, she's like doubled her size. She's massive. Anyway, the message from Bariel. So as always, I do a channeled message for you guys, so hopefully you'll enjoy this message. And all of this is written at my website. And just before I do that, I just wanted to tell you as well, like I've been doing some mandalas, and I do them in my own way. You know, sometimes they're circles, sometimes they're lines, sometimes they're triangles, sometimes it's whatever it is. And I've just been going with this, and I've made one, instead of drawing the picture of the angel for the month, I made this mandala for everybody to have a look at. And check this out. You see it? I'll bring it into the, yeah. So see how different it is? I haven't finished, I haven't colored it or anything like that yet. But what happens is that I start to do something, and obviously I make these individual for you guys as well. I've been doing these now. But what happens is I just start something and it just turns into that. I don't even, you know, I don't even know what I'm doing when it just starts off as a circle, or it starts off as a diamond, or it starts off with, you know, a couple of, you know, triangles upside down with each other. Whoops, I just lost everything. And then away it goes into whatever that is. So this is obviously, I feel like it's a protection. It's a big protection symbol. So it's also, you know, for the month and I haven't colored it yet, but I might not color it. So if you would like one of these, if you would like something sent to you, I've been making these, only started doing them last month, but they are now available at my website, and you'll get one. It might be it's just whatever comes through. It might be for your abilities, it might be for your protection, it might be for abundance, it might be, you know, you might want a whole lot of them, I don't know. You might get a whole series of them or whatever, but they're usually colored, but they do come in the A4 like this, and then I mail them to you, and I actually put in some information for you, like do a little bit of a reading for you and put that in with it. It's handwritten, it's not typed out, so you can keep them and laminate them or whatever. So yeah, you can always go to my website for one of those, or for any type of readings. I do recorded readings and all kinds too, so please feel free to check out my website. So now on to this message from Barrio, and as I said, all of this information will be at my website for you, so the links are down below. And he says, "Dear ones, blessings to you. Open your hearts and arms to receive divine love. You are all part of a giant family of light and unconditional love. Each one of you are learning in your own way to be free of limitations and release yourself from negativity, judgment, fears, and worries. You are all beginning to see how easy your lives can become, with simple methods and reminders that as you follow, you begin to see the changes you've been waiting for. All your challenges and burdens have been shaping you into your true, authentic self. Although hard for you to deal with at the time, it shapes and shifts you into more awareness and strength. And in some ways, the burdens have taught you more than your blessings. It also makes you appreciate more all that you have. See this month as a transformation month into more of who you desire to be. Pretend daily that you have already become all that you seek without question, and watch how reality catches up with you. Keep going. Such wonderful things are coming your way. Embrace yourself and feel joy in all you do, and abundance will always follow you." So there you go. I am Barrio. So that's a message. So each one of us are learning to be free of limitations in our own way. We're working things out. You know, we're stopping the monkey chatter in our brain. We're learning how to control that. We're learning how to control all aspects of our life, and remembering that we are in control, that we are able to do absolutely anything that we want. And we can create a life for ourselves that we enjoy. We don't have to be slaves to the 9 to 5. We don't have to work for other people. You know, we're learning we can work for ourselves. We can create opportunities for ourselves and other people. You know, we can transform. We can change old habits. We can shift into new countries. We can move into new countries. We can move into, you know, new love. We can change everything that we've ever known and flip it upside down and still come out the other side and be totally cool, you know, and still be a cool person and a nice person, and, you know, be able to, you know, have this easier life because we're in control of things instead of people being in control of us. And this is what, you know, is one of the biggest messages as well, is that we are only limited by our own thoughts. You know, there are no limitations in reality. There are only what our illusions are of limits that we give ourselves. We can't do this because of this. We can't say that because of that. We can't be this because of that. Blah, 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 blah. And it goes on and on and on. And these are stuff that we've put there, or someone's, you know, put into our life, but we've continued it. And we've believed it, and we've kept it going and going and going and going and going until we drive ourselves nuts looking for a way out of it. So be in control of your life. Know that you are. All you have to do is, whatever mindset you have, whatever things have always been circling around in your head, and, you know, all the doubts that you have, you need to say, no, I'm not going to accept that anymore. You can hear it going around and around and around. So you say to yourself, no, that's taken care of. No, that is an old thing in my life and I don't need it anymore. Like, and every time you catch yourself in that thought process and you change it, that's the only way that you change your life circumstances. In other words, you stop those cycles. When you're in a cycle and you continually do the same thing, in some sort of aspect you're doing the same thing in that cycle. So if you can swap it mentally, you don't have to deal with that cycle again. It just doesn't come back. You don't have to deal with it. So if you want that freedom, just work on that, controlling your mind a bit, you know, like work on that, catch yourself doing that, you know, and be on top of it, and you'll have less and less of that coming up in your life, and it's just like everything will start getting really, really smooth and easy. So thank you all for listening to this month's message, and I do apologize that I haven't been as active on my channel. I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm really trying to work on things that are new and different, and you know, obviously unique as well as my own personal things that are going on in my life. And you know, it's been full on monumentous. So I'm hoping by the new year everything is just going to, you know, be different for me and for all of you as well. And you know, you'll see more of the teaching side of things. So I'm trying to pull away from doing as many readings and going more into the teaching side of things and sharing courses and all this kind of stuff. But that work has to be done, obviously. So I'm just expecting that everything happens in divine timing. Everything happens for a reason. And that we're all doing the best that we can with what we have. So I'm really, really grateful for each one of you for being here. And don't forget, if you want something like this for yourself, might not be, no two ones are exactly the same, but something made for yourself, it actually really opens up things in your life. You know, if you do one for your third eye or something, well, right, you know, it really starts to open and you really start to see things. So I really look forward to hearing from each one of you at some point. I know some people said, there's been a couple of people that have written to me that there is redirections going on at my website. So in other words, if you're looking on your iPhone and you go to my website, you might be redirected to some sort of ad. This has to do with Apple itself. We've gone through everything that we can at the website. I've even had my ex-partner recode everything, so there's nothing going on there. So you might need to update your software if that's going on for you as well, or you know, try to stop those pop-up ads from coming up. There is actually a sequence, but I can't actually remember it at this second, but I will write it all down in the information box. So if that's going on for you, then you can get out of it, because it might be going on at other websites as well, where you're getting a redirect thing and it's going to some stupid ad that you didn't want to see. So I do apologize if that's happened to you and you've been going to my website. There's not a virus from the website and there's nothing going on there. It's something to do with Apple iOS 7. So I will put all of the information in the bar below for you guys. So thank you very much again for listening. Please keep your comments coming about the things that you want to see, and I will do my very best to bring them for you. Hopefully you'll see a video each week now that I'm back and I can feel a little bit settled. I will do my best to bring how-tos and all kinds of things. We might even do one of these drawings together if I can figure out a way to do that on my computer. I don't have a video camera at the moment. So anyway, all the best to all of you, and I'm wishing you each many, many blessings. And until the next video, it's goodbye from me. Bye.